Hey, it's another edition of Fun with Friends, Food, and Film. My very special guest today is Jesse Rothacker, a forgotten friend, Reptile Rescue. Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Lisa, good to be here.
No reptiles?
There is one reptile.
Oh.
In fact, she is going to be sampling our fine cuisine here once it's complete.
Wonderful. I'm so excited. So what are you making for us? I understand we are hunting.
That's right. We are fresh and local today. We're going to be making some 7-point venison stew, and you can't get any more organic, any more gluten-free, any more fresh, any more local than the woods right here in Lancaster County.
Did you kill this?
Yeah, this is, I believe this was one of my archery bucks.
Oh, and why Tommy Boy?
Oh, so the story behind Tommy Boy, when I was in high school, that was one of the goofiest movies. And so people may have heard of the famous Chris Strayer from the Stray Lights production company. Well, Chris and I, we would sometimes have competitions in youth group to see who could recite the movie longer without missing a line. We knew it pretty well.
I love that you were reciting and quoting Tommy Boy in youth group and not like Bible verses.
Yeah, there was that too. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get cooking.
All right, guys, if you're ready for a good venison stew, not to be confused with my good friend Stu Metzler, different guy, also enjoyable though. What you need to do is hunt and gather. Hunting and gathering is an ancient tradition that goes back many centuries. So for the gathering part, you're going to need some root vegetables. We use the basic onions, potatoes, and carrots. You also want to go to your local supermarket, gather a cream of mushroom soup. There are a couple bases you can use. We like to use cream of mushroom, sometimes spice it up with a French onion soup mix. Those are some of the basics. And of course, you don't want to be left without the heartiest part of the meal, the protein. So if you don't have one already, I want you to put this video on pause, go out in your backyard, make sure you have a Pennsylvania hunting license, and slay a deer. Come back when your deer is butchered and we'll be ready to continue the video. And we're back. Now that you have your deer, you're ready to chop up your root vegetables. Now if you're like me, you may live in a home with several small children. That means things like pointy objects are dangerous. So I've invented my own way to chop up the root vegetables that's much safer, that doesn't involve the use of sharp kitchen utensils. Most people would use a large-sized butcher knife to chop up the root vegetables. I have actually perfected some mixed martial arts, and today I will demonstrate how you can chop up your root vegetables with a simple judo chop. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. Watch closely. This is how I'm going to judo chop my root vegetables. Judo chop! Wow, you've got to be careful when you do a good judo chop. Sometimes vegetables go flying. But now that we have hunted our deer, we've chopped our root vegetables, it's time to prepare the meal. Now I understand many cooks, when it comes to preparing things, they need to do it in a very detailed and intricate way. They need to examine it throughout the day. But when you care for 100 snakes, lizards, turtles, and alligators each and every day, making sure they're all fed, they're all bathed, and they all have their teeth brushed, ain't nobody got time for that. So instead, I like to use the crock pot, where you just set it and forget it. You just let the you let the thing cook all day while the cook's away. So watch as we're going to dump these things right into the crock pot. Very nice. We have our root vegetables in there. We're going to add our base. In this case, it's going to be a cream of mushroom soup. And we can use 2 or 3 of those cans, depending how much of a creamy base you want. And then the most disgusting looking part, but also the most delicious and tender looking part, is all this canned venison. Now if you're not sure how to can venison, all you need is a pressure cooker. If you don't have one, just go to the local pressure cooker store on the street corner and get one. So now we've added everything in there. You can spice it a little bit to your needs. I like to put a little bit of extra salt to bring the flavor out. Again, maybe some French onion soup, some different flavorings. But we have onions, potatoes, carrots, venison, cream of mushroom soup. So we're just going to put it in the crock pot, let it cook all day while we're off rescuing reptiles. And when we come back, we can either eat it right out of a bowl, sort of like a hearty soup, or we could pour it over a rice base or something to make it spread a little bit further. And that is how we prepare our 7-point venison stew.
We just sold $500,000 right
Yay! Jesse, this is really good.
Thanks. It's
I mean, I've had venison. I know I like venison, but I love this combination.
Yeah, it's so fresh, it's so local, and then you just add a little bit of salt or a little bit of extra flavor. But
You
it's,
seasoned it just right.
thanks, it's just such a good down-home hearty meal over the colder months.
My lap dog is a little distracted by your lap lizard.
Hey!
Oh my word, they're gonna kiss. Aslan, what do you think of that thing? I think he thinks it's a toy.
What is it, Aslan? What is it? Big Mama, what do you think of that fur ball?
What have we got here? Oh my gosh, a police report.
So,
Let's
does
see. Paul Ferris,
lizard
Barry,
like
May
venison?
1993.
Oh yeah, yeah, this lizard will. See if
What
we...
kind of lizard?
This is a South American tegu lizard. She loves all kinds of animals.
I think she likes a taste.